Hi, this is Melanie of Pardesi Reviews, and I'm here to do a review of the Kannada film UI, directed, written, and starring Upendra. If you're new to Pardesi Reviews, I do trailer reactions and film reviews of Indian cinema. Okay. That is just this was my first Upendra film. We've been seeing the incredible teasers and trailers, and there was one song video leading up to the release of this Kannada language film. I don't think I think I would remember if I've ever seen an Upendra film before, because oh my God. Viewers, once you see this film, you're going to have to let me know, is this the way they always are, or is this one something beyond? Evidently, there's been, 9 or 10 years since Upendra has directed a film. So there was so much anticipation for this film. And the trailers were just like, mind-blowing. Okay, and so the way that they are placed in the film itself, I'm just going to say up front, I'm going to try to be as spoiler-free as I can, because I feel like even if I talk about some basic things about the plot, it's a spoiler that I don't want to ruin anyone's enjoyment of having everything unfold for them, because my mind was just blown. Okay, my mind was blown. I have never seen anything like this film. It was astonishing, surprising, like from the earliest moments, even from the moment where they zoom in on the censor card, zoom in on the title, the rating is also UI for Universal Intelligence. Okay, I guess it's minor spoiler. He's like, there's a card that comes up and says anyone with intelligence should leave the theater. It's sort of a film within a film. And there is a point when the director is breaking the fourth wall, talking to the audience, arguing with his own characters. Like, I've never seen anything like it. Listen, I saw Swiss Army Knife at Sundance, which I thought was the most bizarre film that I'd ever seen. No. Okay. No. It's so many WTF moments where I'm like, I can't even believe what I am seeing on the screen. So I guess I can talk a little bit about certain things that we also already saw in teasers. And so but I can't talk about the placement within the film. I was astonished. We can tell that there's kind of a sci-fi apocalyptic element, because we saw that. But there's more. Like, I wasn't really sure. It's set, I think, in a sort of a fictional place, because there seem to be people from all over the world living in the same place. Like, it wasn't necessarily, this is real life, present day India. Although issues of, this is a film that, while it gives us these incredible action moments, slow-mo, incredible entries, like some of the mass hero elements that you would expect of an Indian film. But then there's also philosophical discussions. There's taking on issues of the influence of caste, of religion, of politics, taking those issues head on in a way that I'm not sure I've ever seen I can tell you, I've never seen it in an Indian film, ever. Taking those issues on, straight on, and discussing them so, they're not just plot points. There's discussion happening in the film, discussion of how the audience will react to them. In fact, the opening parts of the film is showing, slight spoiler, showing the film UI in theaters. You can't see what the audience is seeing, but they're reacting to it. in extreme ways. And that's part of the film within the film. And then I was surprised Murali Sharma is in the film, which I hadn't seen anything about that. I believe his voice was dubbed into Kannada. But he plays a film critic who is grappling with the film UI and goes on a journey to try to figure out how the director made this film. And he can't write his review literally to how like I'm struggling here because he can't even quite comprehend. He's already seen the film 3 times and he still can't quite comprehend what he has seen. So the fact, like I said, that the film is commenting on what the audience reaction is going to be within the film. And meanwhile, there's super cool action scenes. One of the teasers was completely black screen and we just heard noises. And that is a plot element that happens to one character where they're in darkness and trying to listen carefully and figure out what is happening. But it's like sort of an action sequence where we go in and out of complete darkness. Yeah, it is a lot. It is a lot. My audience stayed through the credits partially because I think we were all just stunned. We were just all stunned, and we were kind of like, "Wait, we're ending here? What?" And I don't mean that necessarily in a bad way, but just literally people. I think this may be a film that people have to see, like Murali Sharma's character may have to see multiple times to really let some of the stuff sink in. I will say, okay, I'm in Chicago right now, so we travel back and forth to Colorado, and it was difficult to find. There's only one theater in all of Chicagoland, which is a huge market, only one theater that is showing this film. And I don't think it has necessarily a wide release in the U.S. It is, wow. Wow. All right, let me talk about some things just in general that is not going to reveal any plot points. There were moments of cinematography, jaw-dropping. There was VFX, certain allegorical, metaphorical scenes, sort of flashbacks to, one was like a biblical scene, literally from the Christian Bible, Jewish and Christian Bible, and my jaw was on the floor. Literally, I was sitting in the theater. It was a scene unlike anything I had ever seen for that particular scenario, and how both alien and just beautiful that scene was incredible. So there's certain scenes where they really use the VFX to create new worlds, new things that we've never seen before. Camera work. This is an accomplished director who is very comfortable in doing interesting tricks. So not revealing really a plot point, but there's one scene where there's only really one, there's a youngish girl that we've seen in that one troll song. I mean, that's how it was translated. I don't know what the Kannada title of the song was, but we had seen that song sequence or clips of it in a teaser before. And her character is, like how there's swings inside, seated swings inside people's houses. Instead, her entire bed is on a swing, okay? And so there's a scene where she's on it, and it's just focusing in and out as this camera moves with the bed, and it's focusing in and out on a poster on her wall. And I was just like, wow. It was just so different, okay? Like, this is a director who's just comfortable doing wild camera things, okay? And so that was fun for me. That was just one example of a like, wow, I haven't seen something like this in film before. And that was just one example. And some of the action scenes and the slow-mo, again, I just felt this comfort and confidence behind the camera in creating those sequences where they were exciting and just, I don't know, just a confidence about it. And obviously he's often in front of the camera as well as behind the camera. So, wow. Just some really cool AF slow-mo and action sequences when I was, giving wows for that. But then on top of it, like I said, having all these philosophical discussions and I'm just, wow. Okay, so I'm pleading with you viewers, if you have seen this film, let me know, is this typical for this director? I just am so admiring that this director feels so beloved by his audience that he could take the chances that he took with this film, that he could say the things that he was saying in this film and was confident that he could say it, that his audience would listen to it. And I mean, because there's a scene where there's sort of a mob mentality against a certain character, and I was like, wow, what has this director been through that he's creating this scene about someone being attacked for what they're saying? And I was like, wow. I was really wondering what the history behind that scene was, if there was some personal thing from past films that he's commenting on with that. I don't know. Or anticipating the reaction to some of the things that he's saying in this film. Well, some of these topics I definitely have seen tackled in kind of oblique ways, or if issues of caste, definitely I can think of Tamil cinema films that hit me hard with the narrative things that they were telling about this, but this was actually like characters discussing it, and as I said, kind of breaking the fourth wall and talking about, well, my audience will do this, or will see this, or will know to look to what I'm saying with this. I'm like, wow. Okay. I have tried so hard not to spoil anything. I really, like I said, this is a new experience for me, seeing him as a director, but also as an actor. And I was quite impressed with his screen presence. I can't say more, but range, let's just put it that way. The range that he showed, I'm not going to say any more than that because I don't want to spoil anything. But I really was like, wow, this guy has such a presence on screen, such charisma, such command. There was one female character, as I mentioned, that did the troll song. I have heard that this director normally has strong story arcs for female characters. I would say not in this film necessarily. And I don't think he was making commentary on all women. There was so much about the male characters that was really the focus. It was sort of interesting what he was doing with her. In a way, it was sort of a commentary, I think, on her kind of roles in other films. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. So I can't really fault the actress because there just wasn't that much there. I think it's Rishma Nanaya. Her character was not huge in the film. Interesting. The troll song was fun. I would have to say there was one song early on, and I was like, the Mumbai has their cons, and it was a funny riff, and then it talked about Talibar, and then it was talking about this particular character, and then there's this cheap song later on in the film, which evidently has been teased a lot. Whoa. What was being said? I mean, it's a catchy tune, but then what the song was really talking about? Wow. Okay. Anyway, just really interesting, the songs and how they were placed in the film. I enjoyed them very much. Okay, so let me know, please, when you've seen this film, I'm dying to know, what did you think? Let me know in the comments below. Hopefully you appreciated me staying completely spoiler-free. My partner, Kathy of Cinema Podcast, would love to see this film, but literally she cannot find it playing anywhere right now in LA. So maybe if one of my partners gets a chance to see it, even if it's after it comes on streaming and the upcoming weeks, maybe we can have a full spoiler-full discussion. I just did not want to ruin any of your surprises and enjoyment if you go to see this film, which I do recommend. It is something else. All right, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Please do like and share this video, and don't forget to press the bell when you subscribe, and then you'll never miss another trailer reaction or film review.